And again, it's kind of hard to read because the draft is open. You've got flexible picks all around, so there's a lot to consider going into these bans. They do take the shaker out. Again, an option we've seen kind of ignored in a few set of series, but it is taken out of pool. You don't want to deal with that control, and that also kind of makes it harder to find that strong initiation and team fight potential for Cignal. Like right now, they don't really have the best control, so they they're not going to have that option on hand.
Right. Well, Neon Esports now, they're looking to make their third pick. Won't waste too much time. They do go back into the Rubik. We saw some great plays being made there from Play Hard. There was one pretty bad play being made as well with the song still, but overall the song still was pretty nice. Just used the wrong time, I guess. Cignal Ultra now gonna go ahead and make their third pick, but I do like the Rubik pick here because there is a lot of value. Like the Sonic Wave, the Poison Nova, even just the Gale alone is pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's like
There's plenty
all
of
these
value.
spells are strong. A lot of value. Even the wards, I think, are going to be annoying to deal with for the Veno. Just it's such an annoying spell, annoying here to deal with. So having the option to take some aspects of that for yourself is great. One thing with Neon is control. It's not the best. Cignal does pick up the Bane. They've got better control with that here. We've seen the Bane really start to pop in. I think it's fantastic for Cignal to have that great single target control. And it's very hard to trade against that Bane. So Neon has to watch out with how far they push their supports in that trading lane. The Bane tends to come out on top because of his burst healing available on hand.
Yeah, absolutely does. Very, very hard to deal with this Bane in the laning phase. And with a Rubik, it can be even harder, in all honesty. Like, you might want to put the Phoenix there instead of the Rubik for that pos 4 position. Because at least with the Fire Spirits, you can win the trades. Because he can't really auto-attack properly. But with the Rubik, you still do have the Fade Bolt. Like, yeah, you can lower his damage. It's still quite nice. But it's just the Brain Sap makes it impossible. And now Neon Esports, they're going to go into a very... I say early Pugna pick because there's nothing really here to counter with that Pugna. In fact,
I
if
think,
anything, you're kind of... I guess the Nether Ward though, right?
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
it's really strong. Like Queen of Pain, her Sonic Wave costs a lot of mana. It's going to be hard for her to just stand there on low HP and try to make a turnaround. Even the Venomancer likes to spam up wards, for example, so pushing out now as the Veno is a bit harder. I think there's value there. You're not seeing anything like the Troll to counteract or the Necrophos to counteract or any right-click here really for the disarm, but I think just having this Pugna in this lineup is pretty strong. It gives them push, which Neon's draft doesn't really have as well, so it's an all-around balance pick. There are ways to handle it. Like you mentioned, it's very squishy. One Sonic Wave will tear it apart, and Cignal going all in on that, pick the aim as well. So they've got a great way to jump into the back, deal with the egg, deal with the Pugna, and it should be pretty good. Lots of value in that AM pick here. Not much control from Neon to pin that down. That's going to be a worry because they've only got one pick left.
It's going to be interesting here to try and deal with this AM. They do ban out the LC. Surprisingly enough on Neon Esports' side, like that LC would have kind of matched what they were trying to go for, but I suppose you don't really have space left in the off lane with this Void Spirit Pugna. Perhaps one of those is taking that position. Cignal Ultra, their final pickup or final ban out now. They do get rid of the TB. And now Ultra, they go into the Centaur pickup. Fair enough. I like how they've rounded this out.
Yeah, it's really strong, and they've got great team fight. They've got great initiation, great retreat potential. I think Venomancer and Centaur is actually really scary because Veno can start gap closing very fast. Get right dead center to get the Poison Nova off, land the Gales easier. There's really good timings coming out from Cignal. You do still have a farm heavy hero here for a bat, so he's gonna have to farm like crazy in the AM. But again, there's more targets for him to go for. The Neon does close out with PL. So it's a bit back and forth there. I think we've seen the PL versus AM a couple of times. And again, a lot of people think that the Battle Fury is more than enough. I'd argue no. I think a PL with a defusal can just drain an AM out. If you let it go too long and the PL gets really big, that burn from the defusal just ensures that the AM won't blink. So it's a weird issue of timing. I'd say Cignal has to play faster. You need to try to split push hard with the AM, split the focus of Neon, and deny farm from the PL. And that is something their lineup can do.
Right.
For the side of Neon, they need to give Scam that space and try to fight as 4. Not the best because their setup is not great, but they need to just give that PL space to cook up.
Okay. Gonna be a very, very interesting match. I've got to say, I don't believe we've seen a very much successful kind of PLs in the previous games we've seen. It's been very kind of back and forth with these PLs, but overall they kind of just seem lackluster during that late game stage. Even though that's when they're meant to be strongest, they just haven't felt amazing. But against the anti-mage, I can see why you'd go down the route of the Phantom Lancer. That's fair enough. We'll see how it all pans out for Neon. Because they'd love to get a 2-0 victory. And oh no, Jamesy!
Oh, that's
Jamesy,
a report.
no!
Yeah, that's not.
Why would
that's
you
not
first
it.
pick it?
That's not it.
That's against the rules.
That's not it. Oh man, I think we all know how this will end up now. This is a bad start already for Cignal
This is
Ultra.
so disappointing. What? Battle Pass level 248. Oh, it's
Not
just
enough.
an amateur mistake. Amateur.
You're one to talk though, Mike.
What? What is it, John?
Do you
don't-
have the Arcana, sir?
Do I have the Arcana? No, not yet. I logged on to the game, right? And literally as I was logging in, it said log back out. There's an update. I went, all right, fine. I'll log back out and update for the 2000th time this week, and I got the Queen of Pain update came along, but John, I didn't have time. I didn't have the time to go to the car, get my wallet, come back, update the money. My wife's home as well, John. She doesn't need to know that the Queen of Pain Arcana came out. She's going to be like, what did you spend $200 on, Mike? And I'm like, nothing, my lovely wife. Just some cosmetics in the game.
Just some cosmetic. Definitely not simping there.
No simping going
fine.
on here. It's a...
Oh, but Jamesy, man, this is gonna hurt Cignal. I think you lose that mental game factor here, and Neon, they must be glad that Cignal picked it up. They're like, oh, they don't have it. We have nothing to fear. They can't possibly beat us now.
No, they can't. It's true, John. This is Jamesy, how dare you talk? You just stay quiet, sir. You have no right. You've broken the rules. We'll have a chat with you about that later, sir. Cignal. We'll see how they make this work. Again, Scam it's gonna be a lot resting on his shoulders, but with this PL performance, we haven't really seen many good PLs. Not that we haven't seen good players playing PL, but PL itself just hasn't felt great as of recently, and well, I don't really know how to feel about the AM either. It's that's never picked, so
yeah. I mean that one's most definitely a lot rarer. I think it's gonna be less rare once the Arcana comes out, the Persona comes out, but for now, it's not a very popular pick, and again, it's an issue of timing for both heroes. Abot's Battle Fury, super important. Skem's Defusal, just as important, so it's really just down to that.
Well, Potato gonna dish out a lot of harassment about. He will be going for the Blink level 1. Really wanted to go after that Bounty Rune snipe, but doesn't get it anyway. And it's not really the objective to go for that level 1 Blink timing, I guess, for a bat, right? Like, generally speaking, you want the Mana Void. Not the Mana Void, but the first ability, the Mana Break. Still does go for the Blink instead. I guess it's not too big of a deal. You just hit level 2, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think this is just to preemptively prevent any sort of heavy harassment you can see from this lane. It's a dual range lane. You've got a lot of damage early on from raging and from play hard, so yeah, just kind of play it safe. Soak EXP first. This does mean you're not trading though. There's no way a bot can find an opportunity to drain out these heroes. And it's really down to Grims to try to just close the gap and get some right clicks off.
They actually did end up bringing Playhard up to that top lane as well on that Rubik. Kind of discussed how he shouldn't really be able to win out this trade war with Grims, but you can do so with the Fade Bolt. It's just not quite that easy. Mid lane, of course, Jamesy up against Yopaj. Yopaj currently dominating this lane. Jamesy just kind of unable to deal with Yopaj thus far, it seems. Get a fair bit of harassment out, but you'd kind of make the argument he should have a lot more damage going out on Yopaj right now.
Yeah, he definitely should. Like, the Resonant Pulse is annoying. It doesn't mean you're not trading right clicks, but as long as you're consistent with the Shadow Strikes, Yopaj isn't going to be blocking any of that damage. There's a lot more potential there.
He's been quite conservative with the Shadow Strike, though, I've got to say. Been very conservative with the usage of that. Bot lane is going quite well for Cignal, though. Skem, of course, is going to struggle up against the Veno and Centaur lane. There's really not much you can do here if you're the PL. All they really can do is Genuor can keep buying regen for Skem, but that's it. Even Genuor can't do much here on the Phoenix. Yeah, Cignal Ultra should really just dominate this lane.
They should, and there's a really early timer on that Venomancer up against Skem. You have to remember that every single spell of Eris, except for Nova, is dispellable by Skem. So if Skem just has the mana and you commit too hard, he just doubles out. You have to be very conservative with that Gale usage.
Bat doing pretty well in the AM thus far. Raging Potato doesn't have Decrepify yet, so you can't really grief him with those CS attempts. Did go for that build we've been seeing over the past few days, that Nether Ward and Nether Blast build, but he does decide to max out Nether Blast rather than going for the max Nether Ward. Which is fair enough, because you're not really going to get that much usage out of the Nether Ward with an AM lane. Basically, he just blinks after all. He's not really going to be doing too much spending of the mana.
It does mean, again, as you mentioned, a bot's going to be free farming. I think the one thing you really just want is to get early farm on your Pugna as well. Because AM, I mean, he gets that early laning farm, but that's still into a Battle Fury.
Finds the first blood there on the Void Spirit. Will deny himself off to that tier 1 tower. Just a real great chase out from Yopaj. And John, I gotta say, this should not be happening in the mid lane. This should be a real easy lane for this Queen of Pain. James is just not... I don't think he's applying enough aggression.
He really isn't. Like, you mentioned the Shadow Strike and how conservative James's been. He's been a bit too... Yeah, he's definitely just been way too conservative with his spell use. He needs to apply that harassment on Yopaj. It's just constantly on him.
Just look at that. Yopaj just goes in. Jamesy doesn't have Blink yet for some reason, and Jamesy's going to die. Rotations are coming in here from Eris and, of course, the Bane. They're going to get play hard. I didn't even realize he doesn't have Blink.
Yeah.
That's a greedy way to play the quab.
It's really greedy, and this is considering that it is that Void Spirit matchup. Just having 1-1-2 in this case is pretty alright, or even 2-1-1.
Yeah.
I think just for the harassment, and well, that execution is gonna hurt Cignal. You're depending on the quap to buy your team space. You can't depend on a bot on joining these fights. He can't. He's an AM. And he could have done so on the Naga earlier in the last game, but you have to get that good start in the quap, or else the tempo is just really going to be thrown off.
He's going to run his way back into the lane. He actually had to pop a smoke for that. So Jamesy, because he did TP earlier and die straight away, he pops a smoke to get back into that mid lane. It's going to be another resource being used up. That's a smoke you're not getting back for 10 minutes. He's just trying to catch up now as he is being out-leveled by Yopaj. Yopaj is going to hit that level 6 mark, and yeah, Jamesy, he will go for the level 5 blink. He kind of needs to. That's the thing. You don't really have a choice in the matter, as now Yopaj is 6, and you can see he will just dominate this lane. It's a real shame there for Cignal Ultra. Just this Void Spirit is just going to be online now when it really shouldn't have. In fact, Eighth Remnants does not latch, otherwise Jamesy would have been dead there. One of the creeps take it for her.
It's
on the bright side, a Bat's still farming, right?
Yeah, the AM's farming pretty darn well. Not as far ahead as you'd expect. Like, you see, Scam is not too far off. Does have 28 under their belt, and they're still chasing Jamesy down.
Yeah, he's dead. Simulate will not connect. No 8th or Astral Steps left. Jamesy needs the Blink of 1, but no. Yopaj, he has the Resonant Pulse, and it'll be a very... Uh-oh, he bought back. That's a rage. Yeah, he's tilted. They tip him as well, just to really add on to it.
I mean, I get why he wanted a range creep. He just wants to hit 6.
No, you don't buy back like that, though, John.
Yeah, I can try to justify it.
You can't, though,
I
right?
can
Like
try.
we don't need. It's not our job to justify bad decisions like that. That was not a good decision.
Yeah, it's a tilt. It's a bit of a tilt, but Cignal's off on the wrong foot already, and I mean they're keeping Raging Potato pinned down, at least up top.
Yeah, sure. I mean that's just the Pugner though. Bat's gonna get caught out. Yeah, Yopaj, he's just so far ahead now. He can just do this. A Bat, he's gonna die. And this is just the domino effect, right? Like, you've given the Void Spirit a free lane. He's level 6. He doesn't wait for that level 7 or 8 timing. He just starts going now. Grims has nowhere to go. He's going to die as well.
Yeah, and this is going to open up the map real quick for Neon. With Raging Potato, they can just melt these towers out with the Nether Blast spam. And once you take that tier 1 top, you're going to have a lot better time because the AM's not quite ready to jungle. You know, he's still saving up for boots, and oof, not enough.
Mana Void committed. Oh, Yopaj is back in. A Bat, he used the blink for that. He'll try to go after Potato, but he's being life drained up. He'll blink away again. Yopaj doesn't have Astral Step for another 10 seconds, but a Bat has no TP. Play hard. Does now find him. Lifts him up. He'll blink away again. Raging wants to chase this, though. A Bat. Aether does not connect. He's just going to hide in the tree line. Raging still trying to have a look. He will find him. No, blink away. But they saw the blink happen. So Raging's going to run straight into him. And now he is going to die. He used the TP as well. So he's running back to the lane. And now bot lane, Van's going to be chased down. He does pop the Hood of Defiance, but it may not matter. The Icarus dive. Chasing him down now with Play Hard and Yopaj. No Astral Steps and hardly any mana left. It shouldn't be a kill onto Van as they really don't have the spells on Neon Esports. And Jamesy has rotated down as the Queen of Pain now. Sonic Wave will secure the kill on Skem. And Neon Esports, they get a bit too excited, John. Just all coming down with hardly any mana and no spells off cooldown. They just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, this is wasting time from Neon. That's a great pickoff for Cignal. You look up top, though. Raging should just be able to secure that top tier 1. So they're clearing out the map. Still, this limits... Oh, okay.
Bat.
He gets it this time.
Nice Mana Void from a Bat. I mean, that's the thing with Mana Void, right? If you could just get a kill, you just use it. It's quite a useless ability on the anti-mage until that, you find someone like Raging Potato who has no mana left. It's a nice little pick-off for him.
Yeah, gives a bit of an injection towards your AM. And Cignal... they're not too far behind. It's just a 1k advantage for Neon. They do have a lot of farm on Van early on. He is top of net worth. So if you see him with a fast pipe or maybe even a fast blink, he can start to give some space back towards Cignal. Can start these fights for them, but there's still a lot more to be saved up. Your AM's farm has taken a lot of an early hit, and you still have to play recovery on Jamesy, who's actually rushing a BKB in the Queen of Pain.
Wow. Okay. That's something we haven't seen in I don't even know how long now. Skem and a Bat gonna have a fight up at the top lane together. Skem just trying to juke out a Bat a little bit. Stampede gonna be there. A Bat, you have Blink up. He's waiting for rotations. He does eventually get one in the form of Jamesy. Jamesy will jump in. Skem now waiting for his doppel to be back up. Meanwhile, Van does go down to the centaur, and Skem is still just trying to run. He'll doppel back onto Jamesy now. Will turn around for the courier. Won't quite get it, however, and still is going up against the bat. Mana Void was on an illusion, and a bat now is going to be in trouble. Skem's trying to chase him down, and he does get the kill. Jamesy should be able to get the trade, and does. But that's your AM going down. Skem does secure it, and now your Page goes in after the Quap. Still no blink available. Jamesy, he should be okay. In fact, he'll blink into your Page. Has Sonic Wave, does barely connect. Now the Fiend's Grip will come in from Grims. That will mean the kill, and meanwhile, bot lane, we do see Eris going down in the Veno, but Raging Potato will also die to the Centaur.
A lot of back and forth. Cignal, they're starting to find some punishment here. Neon, maybe dial it down a notch, because you're starting to bleed some key kills away. The death on Skem does hurt, although him finding the AM first hurts Neon a lot more. And that is, I guess, in the end, all you really want. Just slow down the AM. You do see Jamesy slowly building back up. He's starting to get the damage out. You've got the levels on the supports. So Grims has that grip up, and that is, again, superior control on Cignal's side compared to Neon. They don't quite have the same way of pinning these people down, and that's something Cignal can really exploit. You have to be a bit careful about that, Neon, when you go up against these heroes.
Or mid lane. Page, they're going to try and go onto Jamesy. James is in trouble. He blinked in for the rune again. You can't really blink like that into a power rune when you see everyone mid.
Yeah, that's...
You just can't.
No. It's really costing Cignal. Again, they find kills, but you die anyway. Counteracts the entire point of that. Now look at Raging. He has his Tranquils up. We've seen this so many games. You have the Tranquils, you can heal everyone up. That's it. Free top-ups.
I mean, most people go for the double Tranquils as well. Like, you don't stack up the movement speed, but the regen stacks. So with 2 Tranquils, you can get 28 regen per second. And then you can really just be a healing machine. But they only usually do that if it is the POS 5 or 4 Pugner, not really the core Pugner. But you can still do it if you really want. It's kind of ridiculous how much regen you get. A bat now being chased out of his jungle on that anti-mage. Just going to have to run away. It's been a real struggle in terms of farm, I've got to say, John. He's only got the Ring of Health. We're 13 minutes in. And most Battle Fury timings we've seen over these 5-6 days have been around 15 to 16 minutes. But I can't imagine he gets that Battle Fury up in that time.
No. The map is shrinking a bit too small. Only so many camps for him to safely rotate into, and you have to consider the times here. In fact, Van?
They're going to lift up the Centaur, Stampede away. He does turn around now, actually gets the kill on the Rubik, but Skem should be able to trade though. No, the Hooded Defiant saving Van. The chase will continue though. Sonic Wave now coming out. Skem is not giving up though. He wants the kill. Still the Hooded Defiance protecting Van. He's blocking all the magic damage. Now trying to juke yourself out of this. Skem will turn around and fight back, but he will die. Now the Poison over. Fiend's Grip out on the Void Spirit as well. They have nothing, or maybe they do. Raging Potato comes in. He gets a bat. They'll find another in the form of, well, nobody yet, but Grims is dying quite soon. Jamesy also falling low. Raging might just turn around here with the Life Drain. Nether Blast Life Drain again. The Queen of Pain will die. Now Grims trying to run. Eris will come back in with Grims to try and take down the Pugner, and they do. And Grims will go back for the Phoenix. We do have a tip out from Skem. Skem being the first one to run into 4 heroes, in fact 5 heroes like that, just chasing an AM kill. I'm surprised he still got the kill though. That's the thing. Like, he was surrounded. Yeah,
that's not quite the best trade still for Cignal. They've thrown their AM out to secure that, and a bot is still hurting despite those kills. So it's still better off for Neon. You are building up on Van, and this is key. He has his blink. So they've been able to play a lot more aggressive with Van, with Jamesy, because they've got solid ways to initiate. They really need to start playing a lot more aggressive. They need to apply pressure onto Neon, free up the map for a bot, He's still 2 parts away from the Battle Fury, and even then, you're still waiting for more items on top. On the other side, for Skem, once the Diffusal's up, I think he really just kicks it into overdrive. He starts playing even more aggressive. He doesn't have the stats to be tanky, but he does have the damage to start melting through those tankier heroes.
That he does. So Skem going to bring that Diffusal out very, very soon. Yopaj going to have the Vessel up soon on the Void Spirit. Going to need that Vessel for the Centaur. He is just so tanky right now. That's the thing with Van. Like, he's the one hero that has been farming well on Cignal Ultra and is top of the net worth board. Now the Vessel is up. Van just going to work towards the pipe. It's going to be super important up against the Pugna and the Phoenix, of course. Mid lane, Yopaj going to start scouting out for his side. Does get Van, but again, it's going to be a very, very hard target to try and take out. They're going to leave him be for now. Instead, they may run into a bat. And yeah, they will. They do scout him out. He does blink away in time, however. And a bat will just now blink out, or rather TP out, up to the top lane, keep farming up. But Neon Esports, it seems as though they want to try and force in this bot tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Pugna. Slow Siege is very easy to get done here. And you have the Diffusal up on Skem. He's actually going for the Hood of Defiance we've seen on much more aggressive PL players, and it really just lines up here. It blocks the Quap damage, it blocks the Veno damage well for you. You've got added durability for that Phantom Lancer, and again, you just really want to fight early while the AM's not up and running. Play around with the fact that you're more than likely going to burn his mana true first, and push that advantage.
Yeah, I mean that's it, right? Like, the Hood of Defiance is quite nice. A lot of people don't like seeing the Hood of Defiance on the carry PL, but in certain games it does allow you to really just tank through so much magic damage. It's just a nice value pick there for Skem. It's like Jamesy is still working towards that BKB. He's almost there.
Oh.
Mid lane, however, who have they caught out? It is going to be Yopaj getting caught out here with the Fiend's Grip. However, Januel was still around there with the Sunray. He's going to try and back off now. Stampede does come out from Cignal, but Raging does use the Netherward on top of the high ground. They don't actually stop them, though. They actually end up targeting that Netherward instead of going after the heroes. And so Neon, they will lose that big Void Spirit, but that's going to be it for now. In all fairness, though, Yopaj has fallen behind net worth now. He's just been chasing kills this whole game rather than securing farm. And I heard a double edge.
I can't tell if that was on purpose. I don't think you tend to do that, but hey, it's a reset, although top.
Yeah, Jamesy dies again. It's I don't think you're meant to do that on purpose, John. No, not at 18.5 minutes.
No, definitely not. Still, I mean, Cignal's still building up. You've got the Battle Fury up and running on a bot, so he can escalate and farm. Neon, you have to be a bit worried about the space you've given the AM. Should start to look to punish that a bit more, or clear out the map a lot more. Tier 2's up still means that Cignal has some control over the jungle and some safe space to farm in. You can't allow the AM to build up. You will blow up your...
Van's getting jump mid lane. Aether Remnant will not latch on though. However, bot lane, they do catch out Grims. Just an easy pos 5 pick off there. The thing is now with this AM, he's just split pushing the waves. So you can't really try to go for those that bottom tier 2 tower now, as you don't really have a creep wave around. Because he does have the Battle Fury up, he can keep trying to do this, but it looks like Skem wants to try and chase him down a little bit. We'll give up on it. And, on Neon. Just gonna keep grouped up.
Radiant are scanning.
You do have to find a way to keep continuing to find a bat on the map though, because he's just gonna keep just splitting the map up with this AM, and it just becomes infuriating to play against. In fact, he's going to run straight into Yopaj. This could mean a dangerous position here for Yopaj right now. He just takes his bounty rune and runs away.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I thought they may have gone for a kill attempt there, but not quite.
Radiant's top tower.
No. Just gonna go for the safe objective plays, clear out some tier 1s to try to give themselves a little bit more map control and gold, and Cignal it's gonna find that. Neon, they're not going in for the defense, they're just still saving up, building up onto Skem. Looks like he's saving up for the Manta style next, so just looking for that additional escape, although...
Yeah, Raging Potato's been caught out, but Cignal Ultra, they don't want to deal with it. They just back off, and now Life Drain is there. Stampede out. They seem to be just putting all their trust in the AM. Like, they're just waiting for a bat to get all this farm up, because Cignal Ultra just refusing to play aggressively at all. It's just all defensive plays. Whether it works out for them or not is a different story. Like, you look at Skem, he's still top of the net worth board. He's going to have that mantra up very, very soon. He even has the clumsy net, just in case he does run into a bat. He can at least clumsy net him up and drain his mana before he can blink away.
Yeah, and again, that's going to be
Jamesy,
key.
here we go. He's trying now. Jamesy should be able to blink and does. Are they going to chase? No. Skem is going to go back for the creep wave.
Yeah, I think Neon's just gonna play moderately, although they catch people out.
It's an easy kill. That's the bounty being claimed. Van gonna show himself mid, but you just saw your Veno die, Van. Maybe he just feels that confident in his tankiness, and he will be, in all fairness. He just TPs away.
Radiant's top tower is under
But now the bot wave is being pushed in here. Skem, he's going to go after the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, you do see a bot trying to get the same done up top. Looks like he wants to force into tier 2 as well. It's not going to be as fast. Neon does have Raging, who can really chip away at towers just a bit better. So you're going to find that first.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, Bat's just doing AM things anyway. He's just going to slowly try and take over the game himself. Your Page is seemingly trying to pick up a Desolator, which I do like, I've got to say. So you'd rather go for the right-click build over the magic build this time around, because you already see the pipe there from Van. There's no real point in trying to amplify that magic.
Nah. I think the biggest issue for Neon right now is their control. We mentioned it from draft, but once that lift is gone from play hard, people can just TP out. So maybe if they picked up an additional piece to break it up, maybe a Eul's or even an Atos, I think Raging Potato would like after the pipe. Just give yourselves a way to keep someone pinned down. It's starting to be a slight issue for Neon. Cignal, they are smoked up.
Raging Potato. Gotta be a little bit careful. They should be able to spot him out. He might break the Smoke of Grims and does, but they've got the Fiend's Grip, of course. So he will get caught out very easily and will die. Meanwhile, your Page, trying to fight with the bat, needs to also Astral Step his way out of there. He's going to be chased down, though. He has another one. Jamesy comes in. Astral Step there. Now the 8th Remnant as well. It was all a bit of a bait. Lift in on to Jamesy, but he will blink away. Now it's on to Van. Skem drains all the mana of this Centaur, and he is melting quite fast in that Sun Ray, and eventually will end up dying. They are still chasing the Quap. Play hard. Does have the blink up from Jamesy. So he can actually keep vision up here, and he jumps right on top of him. They know exactly where they are. Jamesy, 8th Remnant, will land. Now still can try to blink away. Will be forced to BKB TP. And was that his 10-second charge? Yes, it was.
Yeah. Not the best use case for Cignal, but they do manage to bail out with minimal losses, so they're still going to be happy about that. They forced the buyback out from Potato. So again, you're draining some resources from Neon, but I think, again, Neon, they've got some control issues, although this does allow them to try to dip into the Roche pit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
To that Roshan. Gonna be a very easy Roshan to take. With that, they scan it out now on the side of Cignal Ultra. They don't really have time left though. Or do they? No. It's going to be the AM illusion coming in to try and scout out, but it's way too late.
Yeah,
Now
it's,
Neon. Back to farming for them.
yeah, free Roche. Second life for Schem. You do start to worry a bit about Abad's farm. He has caught up. He's number 1 now. Has the Manta. Oh. You paused.
It's in trouble. Astral Step away, though. Abat going to keep chasing another Astral Step, but they'll know where he is. Abat, no Mana Void. Wants to try and still go. Now the Life Drain there from Raging, and they spot out the AM. Eighth Remnant won't latch on. Van will jump in for the stun. Abat back in, but Yopaj is out of mana, so he's not really taking much damage now as Play Hard does jump in, gets a lift off. You still have the blink there on the Rubik, so he can just keep going, but now Abat back onto Raging Potato. They're still just juking and jiving around, and eventually Cignal may just decide it's time to get out of here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Januel and Scam just take care of that tier 2 mid tower while all this was happening, so it's a big trade. Like, Cignal Ultra don't get anything and they lose their mid tier 2 tower. Just not good news.
Definitely isn't, and Cignal, I mean, they are still building up an Abad, but you can't waste time like that. It has given enough time, though, for Eris to get the Ags on the Venomancer, so you've got more damage coming out on that Nova, and a bit of a lower cooldown, so you can play a bit faster. Issue is, you've already got the pipe up and running on Raging Potato, and as mentioned earlier, you've already got the Hood of Defiance and Schem. So you're stacking Magic Resist here on Neon. I don't expect the Venomancer to have any better of a time. I guess the lower cooldown's really it. Just allows the Veno to join these fights a lot earlier, but Cignal, I think they just wait out a bit more. Abat is about to have a Butterfly up and running on the AM, and that's a really big power spike for him. You're not going to be seeing Schem rush the MKB. It looks like he wants the Abyssal first. Just wants to be able to get control for his team, which this lineup has been lacking, and really start to find the pickoffs for the team. So there's a transitory period here for Neon. Cignal, they're just about to hit a major spike. And once that Butterfly's up, Abat's just going to be a major issue for a fairly long while until you get that consistent damage on Schem.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have the reconnection there onto Eris.
Even try. Magic is an abomination.
And Jamesy does also reconnect now. I do agree that Butterfly is going to be a big issue there once the bat does have it up. We already see Schem queuing up the MKB for it. The thing is, whether a bat's actually going to join the team fights or not is a different story entirely. So when you are behind as an AM, your job is really to just keep forcing them back by forcing in waves. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think one thing we haven't really seen from Neon as well are big fights centered around the eggs from Januel. Like, they haven't actually used it much, and you're gonna need it for controlling the bigger fights. It's just that the issue of spacing is there for Januel. You're always worried about the QoP and the AM just jumping in and ruining that, so it has led to more conservative fights from Neon. But Januel hasn't died yet, so he's at least doing his job in that sense. You would still want to see Neon start to take advantage of that egg. It is pretty darn good AoE and pretty darn good control if you force them to kind of just fight under it. So it's something Neon has to start maximizing soon.
Still do have another pause. Schem's having a few issues here. The bat is still not at the place you want to be for this AM.
Yeah.
You need a lot
Not
more.
quite
Like,
yet.
it's just not a good feeling to see the AM, who should be the fastest farmer in the game right now, behind Schem on the PL.
Yeah, it's Not the best timings. There is a smoke from Neon, but that was under a ward. That was spotted out.
We are going to have Raging Potato there up at that top lane to kind of defend and just make sure a bat can't take that tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, the rest of Neon will start forcing in a fight into the mid lane. Van losing all his mana already. Now, Sunray going to fly through. No Spirit Vessel charge being used, but they don't need it. Van, just with the Sunray alone, blows up, and now Eris is going to be in huge trouble. Skem still chasing him down, and he's just going underneath tier 4 towers. Just kills him off. Now a bat will be next. He does Mana Void, but gets Aether Remnant up. Doesn't have any mana left. They'll lose the Aegis, but a bat is going to die. And now the Fiend's Grip is out, but there's nobody there to kill off this Void Spirit except the tier 4 towers. That'll at least do it. But Skem kills him off as well. They'll buy back onto Grims. I don't think you're going to have enough, though. You don't have the buyback there onto the AM. Again, Diffusal Blade out. He nightmares himself up, but will go back in. Skem just doesn't care about the tier 4 towers at all. Eventually, he'll go back for the objectives. And they must realize now, oh, he doesn't have buyback. Well, let me just take this mid-racks while I'm at it.
Yeah, it's really quick with Raging Potato
Eris,
with an
no.
Arcane as well. Oh no.
Yeah, he just respawned. He committed Poison over and he ends up dead. Van's going to go back in, but the Sun Ray is just burning him. He does get a Nightmare to help him out, but he's going to die anyway. James's Sonic Wave does connect onto Januel, but that's really it. Now Van still being chased down. We do have the Rubik stealing that Sonic Wave as well from Playhard. That mid-Rax is almost certainly just dead. That'll be it. Neon, they're going to need a reset, so they'll back off now, but just great plays out for the side of Neon Esports.
Yeah, again, it's that point where AM just can't quite fully handle a PL like he did initially, but that was Skem just diving way deep. Once you're burned out of mana, there's just no escape, and Skem with the Basher is just doing so much work. That added control was all Neon really needed, and he's just one part away from the Abyssal. I don't think you own it.
That, trying to go after a solo kill into Playhard, does get it. Now, oh, he gets bashed first, hit Skem, will not be able to drain all the mana. Ooh, very, very close call. At least he does get the kill onto the Rubik before he does go down.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky that happened first, and it does give a bit more time for Cignal. Not too big of a lead on Neon. 2k advantage. But the worry is the AM. You mentioned it, but AM, it's just a flash farming hero. You want to have a net worth advantage, and you don't. A bot is playing from behind. Really needs that butterfly up and running to maybe have more durability here. But whether or not that durability is going to be enough is a different question. You've got the Abyssal on Skem. So he can really just start these fights on his own terms now.
Oh, that he can, and I'm sure he will. I mean, he already has been starting the fights on his own terms. He just runs in underneath tier 4 towers. They'll smoke up. Onto the Dire jungle it is. Luckily for Cignal Ultra, they are already backing off, but Neon Esports are not. They're still trying to find a target, and oh, it's poor Van. Aether, I'm not going to lock him in. He doesn't want to die like this. Skem will just ignore him. He wants someone else. Now he'll probably go back. No, they don't need him. Eris, Abyssal bladed up. He's dead. Poison Nova committed. That's all he can do. And now tier 4s. Okay.
I love this. They know. They know they can do this.
About, I think you have to go back, sir. He's trying to split push the top lane right now. This is not the time for a base race, guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Aether Remnant catching out the AM straight off the bat. He's in trouble. A bat will mantra it off. Egg is going to be there. Sonic Wave from James. He's trying to take down that Egg, but he's been controlled by Skem. Now the Sonic Wave stolen as well from Playhard. And they are wiping them out. Mana Void will kill off Playhard. The buyback's flying out, but it won't matter. They're going to kill off Van as well. This game appears to be over. All you've got left is the Quap and the AM. They jump in, a bat, gonna try. Jamesy as well, jumping onto Yapage, but the Abyssal Blade comes out again. Jamesy will die back, and now the AM being bashed up, almost out of mana, not quite there, but he's been lifted by Playhard, who did buy back into the team fight. And we are actually gonna have a pause. I mean, it is Schem disconnecting in all fairness. I'm not sure if the if the pause is necessary at that point, John. There's only one hero left on Cignal, and the Ancient is exposed. You could probably just... yeah, there we go. Okay, they don't waste time.
God.
They're just like, all right, GG, guys. That's enough.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's quite the ending for Neon. They play perfectly well. Scam just comes online. It's the AMPL situation. It's just not the matchup you're looking for. Cignal, they couldn't get the space out. They couldn't build up. And Neon, they look pretty fantastic in both games. Do pick up a nice, clean win for themselves.
Absolutely. Of course, that is our Series 1 of the day down. We do have another series coming up straight after this one. It is going to be Cignal Ultra again, this time up against Adroit. I should tell you as well, John, Adroit seemed to be very excited about the new Arcana on their Twitter, so I imagine we're going to see some first pick quops coming out this time around again. It is MLP on johnxfire. Next series will start in 20 minutes. There will be a timer on screen, not Scream, and we'll see you then.